Ever dreamed of visiting the end of the Earth? Antarctica, the coldest, driest, and most remote continent on the planet, is no longer just a destination for scientists and explorers. Today, it's an adventure within reach for those seeking something truly extraordinary. In this complete guide for first-time travelers, I'll walk you through everything you need to know: how to get there, the best time to visit, visas and permits, costs, what to pack, and what you can expect each day during your Antarctic adventure. Ready to dive into the white wilderness? Let's begin. First things first. How do you even get to Antarctica? You can't just book a flight straight to the South Pole. There are two main ways travelers reach this frozen frontier, and both are as much a part of the adventure as the destination itself. The most common and budget-friendly way is by cruise from Ushuaia, Argentina. Known as the world's southernmost city, Ushuaia is where most Antarctic journeys begin. From here, you'll set sail across the infamous Drake Passage, a legendary stretch of ocean that connects South America to the Antarctic Peninsula. The crossing takes about 2 days and is notorious for its unpredictable, sometimes wild seas. It's a rite of passage for Antarctic travelers, a test of your sea legs and your sense of adventure. If you're short on time or worried about seasickness, there's another option: the fly-cruise combo. With this route, you fly from Punta Arenas, Chile, over the Drake Passage and land on King George Island, just off the Antarctic Peninsula. From there, you board your expedition cruise. It's pricier, but it can save you days and spare you the rough crossing, letting you maximize your time on the ice. Most trips to Antarctica range from 7 to 14 days. Cruises are your only realistic way of getting anywhere near the continent. There are no hotels, roads, or independent travel options here. Whether you choose to sail the Drake or fly over it, getting to Antarctica is an adventure in itself. Now, when should you go? Antarctica is only accessible to travelers during its summer, between November and March. During these months, the sea ice melts enough for ships to reach the peninsula, and the wildlife is at its most active. November brings pristine, untouched landscapes and dramatic icebergs. This is when penguins are beginning their courtship rituals, and the scenery is at its most dramatic, with huge snowdrifts and sculpted ice. In December and January, the continent enjoys its warmest weather, though warm is a relative term here. These months bring endless daylight, with the sun rarely dipping below the horizon. This is prime time for seeing fluffy penguin chicks hatching and taking their first steps on the ice. By February and March, the crowds thin out. The ice recedes further, revealing more of the coastline. This is the best time for whale watching, as migratory whales arrive in greater numbers. The penguin chicks are a bit older and more active, and the sense of serenity is unmatched. Choose your travel dates based on what you hope to experience, whether it's dramatic icescapes, baby penguins, or breaching whales. What about visas and permits? Antarctica itself doesn't belong to any one country, so there's no such thing as an Antarctic visa. However, there are a few things you do need. A valid passport is essential, of course. You'll also need a tour permit, which is typically handled by your cruise operator. If you're traveling via Argentina or Chile, you'll need the appropriate tourist visa for those countries, depending on your nationality. The good news is that if you're traveling with a reputable tour company, they'll sort out most of the paperwork for you, making the process smooth and straightforward. Let's talk about costs. Visiting Antarctica isn't cheap, but it's truly a once-in-a-lifetime experience. For a budget cruise, typically 10 to 12 days, expect to pay between $5,000 and $8,000 USD. If you opt for a fly-cruise combo, prices jump to $9,000, $15,000 or more. Luxury trips, with more amenities and comfort, can range anywhere from $15,000 to $30,000. In addition to the cruise itself, factor in the cost of flights to South America, which usually run between $800 and $1,500. You'll also need to budget for gear rental or purchase: waterproof jackets, pants, gloves, and boots, which can add $300 to $800. Comprehensive travel insurance is a must, costing $100 to $300, and optional excursions like kayaking or camping on the ice can set you back an extra $200 to $500. Altogether, Your total spend could range from $6,000 to $20,000 or more, depending on your choices. If you're flexible, keep an eye out for last-minute cruise deals in Ushuaia, where discounts of up to 40% are sometimes available. So, what should you pack for the world's coldest continent? Here are the essentials: a waterproof, insulated parka jacket, base layers made of merino wool or thermal materials, waterproof pants and gloves, wool socks, a warm hat, and a neck gaiter, polarized sunglasses to protect your eyes from the intense snow glare, and high SPF sunscreen. Yes, even in Antarctica, the sun can burn. Bring dry bags to keep your electronics safe from moisture, seasickness pills or patches to manage the Drake Passage, and a good camera or binoculars for wildlife spotting. Don't forget a reusable water bottle, as staying hydrated is important in the dry Antarctic air. Many cruises provide heavy boots and parkas, so check with your operator before you pack. Curious about what daily life is like in Antarctica? Here's a general idea. On days 1 and 2, you'll depart from Ushuaia and brave the Drake Passage. Expect ship safety briefings and your first glimpses of seabirds like albatrosses soaring above the waves. Once you arrive, days 3 through 6 are packed with adventure. Twice a day, you'll board small zodiac boats to go ashore. You'll walk among bustling penguin colonies, watch seals napping on the ice, hike snowy trails, and cruise between towering icebergs. Optional activities like kayaking or even taking a polar plunge into the frigid sea are available for the daring. Afternoons are often spent attending expert lectures on wildlife, climate science, and photography, deepening your appreciation for this unique environment. Toward the end of your trip, you'll begin the journey back across the Drake Passage, or fly back if you're on a fly cruise. As you reflect on your adventure, you'll realize you've collected not just breathtaking photos, but memories and stories that will last a lifetime. Antarctica changes you. It's raw, untouched, and humbling. Whether you're a wildlife lover, a thrill seeker, or ticking off the ultimate bucket list destination, this icy frontier is calling. Stay curious, stay warm, and keep exploring.